Hello! Today I'm gonna show you a card that you give to someone who has moved into a home or a new apartment, a moving in card. So, or people who have bought their own house. So it looks like this. On the front side it says home is where the heart is, and there's a little home on the middle. Actually not that real, well, it's a home, it's a bird's home. And here you can see a little key with a heart and some embellishment, and when you open it up like this you will see two birds there, one female bird. Well, it could be a male bird, but it was supposed to be a female bird and a male bird, and the female brings the key to the male and they're like, okay, we're gonna move into our new house, and this is a bird's house and it's supposed to be hanging from a tree. And there are some leaves there, some autumn leaves, a little bit red and green. And here you see the tree and the home is swinging in the wind. And here is room for your greeting. So it looks like this on the inside. And the house is actually popping up, if you can see. It has dimensional tape beneath it. And on the back side, nothing special. Oh there, what has happened there? Okay, and then my little greeting, not greeting, my little signature. It was really easy to make. I started out with an A5 card, you know, normal A5, the size doesn't really matter. It was automatically scored with an oval hole in the middle, so I thought it would be great to do something on the front side that combines the inside. I decorated the sides with pattern paper and I glue with glossy accent. This one is empty, old one. I really use them a lot. I really recommend them. They are actually really nice. Glossy accent by Ranger. Actually, there's a little bit on the left bottom there left, but I use this a lot, so I think I have 4 or 5 of them. So I glued that on. If you have a hot melting glue gun, you could use that one. That would maybe be a better idea, but I didn't have it, and it still stuck pretty good there. And then I made this decoration here with pattern paper. I cut out with a X-Acto knife. I first glued them on like this, then I switch it over and I took from the inside with my X-Acto knife and removed the paper that was showing through the hole. That was really the easiest way. And here this paper had some small hearts, so I thought it would be cool to add some half pearls. These I bought from eBay. They are rhinestones and half pearls and all kind of stuff. I put them here in this plastic bag, but I bought them individually from eBay. You could get them from your crafting supplier store as well, but in Finland they're kind of expensive, so I tried to get the cheapest way possible, and eBay, these were cheap. So I glued them on also with glossy accent. Some of them may have glue already on the backside, but this didn't have so glossy accent. Then I used my crocodile by We Are Memory Keepers. I might show you a picture of that actually, so you know what I'm talking about. I don't have it here, so I can't show it. But you make holes with it, and then you make eyelets. And I put only the decoration on the pattern paper. I didn't put them through the whole paper, so they would have shown here as well. Only the pattern paper. And this pattern paper is kind of funnily, it's like waved, like upside down kind of feeling to it. So I made holes with the crocodile, and I put some eyelet there. They are kind of old-fashioned bronze, metallic ones. And then I thread through, is it a bow or a thread? I always mess those up. I made a bow with using some thread. This is just some satin ribbon, or is it ribbon and bow? I can never think out which one it is. But I used this satin fabric thingy, ribbon or a bow. I made a bow with the ribbon. Or is ribbon and bow the same thing? I'm a little bit confused about that. But as you can see, I went down there and got up here, and I glued them together with glossy accent again, so they would not fall apart. And I put a little embellishment there, a home key It's in metal, and once again, eBay is your friend, or your local craft store. In Finland you have this as well in the local craft store, but they are like 50 cents a piece, and sometimes they could be €1 a piece. So I bought this on eBay instead. I got a full package with 10 of these for about 70 cents. So that's like cheap. So yeah, that was cheap, and I bought different kinds of, there are ovals that I will use for something else, but here are the ones that I used for this project, the ones with the heart. I'm really excited about these. There are so many different types of metal embellishments on eBay, so I'm really gonna go crazy on them, I think, because they are so cheap. So that one I just put through there, and that's pretty much the front. Oh yeah, this one I used some beige paper, and I stamped individually with letters. Home is where the heart is, and the heart was just a small heart heart stamp. And the others I had black ink, but the heart I had red ink. And if you can see, it pops up a little bit, and it has this glossy feeling to it. Once again, glossy accent. This is actually what it's meant to do. You're supposed to put accents, glossy accents on, creating a rubber stamping, great for rubber stamping and scrapbook, dries to a hard, clear, glossy finish, fine tip for precise application. So this is actually what you are supposed to do with it, but it's great glue as well. So I made the heart pop up a little bit, and I put again those half pearls, and I used dimensional tape so it would pop up a little bit from the card. And my basic way of using dimensional tape is buying a big roll. You could buy individually small ready cut pieces, but I always like to use a big roll and cut out the size that I need for different projects. Also, it's cheaper. So if you want to go a little bit cheaper, buy a big roll and cut them out with scissors instead of ready-made cuts. Then the stamp here, I don't remember the name of it. It was the same stamp that had these two birds on. It was a small mini stamp, I think by Inka Dinka Doo, but I'm not sure. And I don't have the stamp set here, so I'm sorry I can't tell you the name of that. But it's a little birdhouse, and first I stamped it with black on the background. Then I stamped it with black on a brown piece of paper, and I cut it out with scissors. And I glue it on top with dimensional tape, and the hole for the nest I put glossy accent on so it would look so sort of a little bit different. I drew a line here with just a normal pencil. Oh, and these birds I stamped with black colors, and I took with with let me see by Ranger Distress inks. I drew with pink, I think it was cotton candy, and the blue one was broken china. And then I had another stamp with this little key, and I stamped it there. And I drew with glittery pen by Sakura. It was glittery gel pen by Sakura, and I made this glittery key. And to seal it off so it would not smear, and to make it shiny, well, not shiny, more, well, yeah, shiny. So I use glossy accent to accent that as well. And the eyes I put glossy accent on, so you can see they are a little bit shiny eyes. And then I had a leaf stamp, and I stamped it directly on this paper, and I again drew the colors on because they were black ink, and I drew the colors on with Distress ink, green and red and yellow. I can't remember the names, but it doesn't really matter. Any green, red and yellow that you have, you could draw. And I also drew on another piece of paper, and I cut with a small punch by Exacto. I think it was by Exacto, this small, or was it Paper Mania? Paper Mania or Exacto. I cut out this small, with a punch, these small leaves here, and I glued them on with double-sided dimensional tape, so it will give it a little bit of puff, as you can see. So there are leaves in the background and small leaves on the front side. This tree here, I took some beige paper again and I put water on it because it was kind of thick. It will become better if you put water on it, and I rolled it through my Big Shot with Fiskars texture plate wood grain. So the name was wood grain and Fiskars texture plate and Big Shot. And then I cut out this shape and I glued it here with, oh, before I did that actually, I had my roller and I took some tea dye by Distress Ink and I rolled it over it. So all these things that were embossed, these lines of wood grain, they got colored, but the background stayed beige. So that's how I made that one to look like a tree. And then I cut it out with scissors and glue it here so it's supposed to look like a tree. Then I just took some ribbon or bow, ribbon, piece of fabric and glue it on with double-sided tape, not dimensional, this was just flat tape. And then I just draw some small lines there so it's supposed to be swinging in the wind, the home, and a little bow here so it's supposed to look like it's hanging from the tree. And that's pretty much how I made the card. Nothing fancier than that. I hope you understood how I made the tree and the leaves. I don't have the machine here, I'm in Turku, so I can't really show you it, but if you Google on Big Shot and Google on Fiskars textures plates, then you will probably understand how that was done. Or you could watch some other video that I have made in case I show it there on other projects. And that's pretty much how I made the card. And if you have any questions, please let me know. And thank you for watching and have a great day, everybody. See ya. Bye bye.